There's a bunch of stories we can choose. I'm choosing this one because sometimes we need a little inanity.
Yeah.
This is from Fox News. Nicole Hannah-Jones goes off on tipping as a legacy of slavery, deletes the tweet. Hannah-Jones clashed with historian Phil Magnus over the history of tipping. Well, so here's what happened, right?
Everything is slavery to her.
Yeah.
Well,
You can also just stop at Nicole Hannah-Jones clashes with historian.
There's two big things happened.
Which, it's actually kind of...
Two big things happened from her tweet within the CRT community, within the woke community. One was that she's right, and the other was that she's racist. So let me read what she said first. She said, tipping is a legacy of slavery, and if it's not optional, then it shouldn't be a tip, but simply included in the bill. Have you ever stopped to think why we tip? Like, why tipping is a practice in the U.S. and almost nowhere else? Actually, tipping is widely practiced all over the world. Yeah. But what some people immediately said...
It's not huge in Asia.
Yeah,
it's not huge in Asia or Europe.
Well, actually, it was offensive in Asia.
In Asia, yeah, it's considered like a bribe almost.
Well, so in some countries...
The way we would consider a bribe.
When you have bad service, you put extra money down, saying you need help,
do better,
like you need my charity because your business is doing bad, so it's considered like an affront to their honor. Like they told you what it costs for their service, they provided you a service. To give them more is to imply they're not doing well and they need help. But it's kind of changing in a lot of the
or that they
more
require more to give you a higher level of help. Right.
In the West, it's like demanded anyway. But here's what happened. First, many people agreed with her. They were like, the stereotype is that black people don't tip well or whatever. And her that's what they were pointing out. Like, her point is you making someone give money for a bad tip is racist. And that's where the stereotype, I don't know if she said this explicitly, but people were saying the stereotype is that people who are black experience bad service because of racism.
I see.
That's why they don't tip.
I see.
That's why there's a stereotype about not tipping, is because they're mistreated for being black. Other people said you're literally reinforcing a stereotype about these diners. So my point on all of this is, honestly, I have no idea. I have no opinion because I've not been a server or experienced that. I can just say, no matter what you do, it's racist.
Yep.
Even when you're Nicole Hannah-Jones, she's the 1619 Project, right? Yeah. Even she's racist. So there's no out. All of you, everyone, at all times, even the person who claims everyone else is racist too. Yep. And so I don't know what, the aristocrats or something.
Well, Tim, you're obviously the wrong person to talk about this. I mean, you're so bad at diners, you can't even get a reservation at one.
Oh, yeah. How come you didn't get a reservation for that diner anyway?
Yeah, it's so
crazy,
weird.
right?
Yeah.
I guess you can't.
Isn't it the weirdest thing in the world to me?
Dude, I was a waiter.
Isn't the weirdest thing in the world? It is to me.
I was a waiter for about a decade, on and off. What about you, Emily? Were you ever?
No, I was a camp counselor.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, yes.
I worked at a bakery, so like bakery/deli, so we served food, but it wasn't like with seating.
We did the tip, seating, everything. I had
tips.
one time I had a couple of older women left me a nickel just so I knew that they didn't forget to tip me. That was insulting. That was when I was early, and
there's an old 30 Rock episode where I forget the character's name, but and it's John Lithgow's character, and he goes, I'm going to revolutionize the practice of tipping. I always thought this was great. Where he goes, and I think it's a waitress. She comes down, and he just plops a stack of ones on the table, and he goes, do you see this right here? This represents your potential tip. Now, if the service is good, the tip will grow. But if it is poor, the tip will shrink. The final number is up to you.
Wow.
Make it a game show.
It was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
a lot of waiters and waitresses.
I've always thought of actually doing that.
They tell
but
me
I'm
like,
pretty sure by the way, if you tried that in real life, I'm pretty sure your food would get spat in very quickly.
Nope,
Yeah.
not
Very
if you put
quickly.
$100 bill or 10 hundreds on the table and say, I got $1,000, or however many, ready and waiting for you. As the service declines, the hundreds get removed. So let's see how much you can make at the end of the day. I don't think they'll spit in your food.
Cheat code for flights: tip your stewardesses.
oh, okay.
When you
You
first
can
come
do
on,
that?
totally. Go to the Starbucks, get like $10 gift card, $15 gift card right there in while you're waiting to go out in the terminal. Just walk on. Even if you only give it to one, right? They'll tell the others, and they know where you are. Right, and I guarantee
sure
your
do.
flight will be way
And when you
better.
go to the bar,
What do
tip the bartender before you start ordering drinks.
Yeah.
Because then they love you all night.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen if you were sitting on a plane And like the flight attendant came over and said, "Sir, I'm sorry, you have to wear a mask." And you just handed her a $100 bill instead, and being like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go." And like, you know,
Here's
just-
my
I'm sorry,
mask.
they need to wear your mask.
Yeah.
right.
When I was waiting tables,
George
a
Washington
lot
need
of
to wear a
other
mask?
a lot of other servers would
Ben Franklin?
parrot this thing you're saying that black families would not tip well, and I hated it. And so I
It's a
did
stereotype.
Yeah, one time I had like a family of like 5 or something. I think I'm remembering this relatively clearly, and they're black people. I don't even think no, their skin was like darker than mine, whatever the hell that means. I'm not white, by the way. I'm pink. So these people, I was like, I don't care. I'm not playing this game. I gave them the best service I could, and they didn't leave me a good tip. It was really bad, and I just thought they didn't have enough money. I didn't care. It wasn't racist. I don't care. You know, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. You pay, it's a tip. It's extra. It's not meant. You know.
Yep. My issue is that you get many on the left saying if you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to go out to eat. And then I'm just like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, if you can't afford an electric car, you can't afford to drive.
There you
Right.
go. That's
Right? So
fair.
all the environmentalists who are like, gas is destroying the planet, that's my response to them. Look, climate change is bad. If you want to enact policies over climate change, then you got to put up or shut up. So don't come to me and be like, we got to change the wages because, if you can't afford a tip, and I'm like, okay, well then like don't come to me and say you have a problem with carbon emissions when you're literally a component of the problem.
Yeah.
Choose not to be a part of that problem.
There's no coherence.
When I was in Ohio waiting tables, I was making $2.13 an hour. At minimum, that was the minimum server wage
Yikes.
because you expect to get tips.
'Cause you expect to get tips,
It's
yeah.
woven into the process now,
Yep.
so we can undo that. But then
right.
went to California, I got minimum wage, $12 an hour, and then tips on top of it. That was a California law. I guess we could.
No,
Yeah.
I just they
There's a super chat.
the Daily Wire wrote about me.
We're making a big circle here.
Raves
Look
about-
at this.
They've
Oh,
already
that was
written it.
fast.
Absolutely
was
fantastic,
fast.
brilliant. One of the funniest commercials. I think you might have actually said all that stuff. Yeah.
I did say all that stuff.
Yeah,
Here, I
The
second it.
Daily Wire
Well done,
knows the
Tim.
power
I haven't seen
of
the commercial
culture.
yet.
I was talking to some of the
So now
Daily
they're
Wire people.
so now they're
about
going to
us
write
talking
an
about
article.
them.
Tim Pool raves about
Yeah.
the Daily Wire's reporting
Yeah.
of the Daily
It's a
Wire.
big circle. I'm looking forward to it.
And here's media bias in a nutshell. What is the byline there? The author of the story, his name is Tim.
Ooh, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
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 Timception.
Okay, I
Tim
gotta,
on Tim action.
I gotta wonder. Hold on, Timception. I'm wondering if like Jeremy or Banner or somebody at the Daily Wire saw my video this morning and then came in and said, "Can someone write this up because
Yeah.
it's free advertising for us?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let's
Yeah, of
shout it
course.
out."
Oh, totally, yeah.
Or maybe this Tim Meads guy was like, "Hey, did you see Tim did a video? Can I write this up?"
His
and they were
name's
like,
Tim
"Yeah,
too.
yeah."
I will groom with that thing on air if you send me one.
Yeah, let's do it.
groom with the
Well.
Jeremy's razors,
Perfect. Yeah.
shave.
do it.
Just
Sounds like some QAnon stuff.
But don't. Well, but if
I'm an
you,
actor.
and if you get caught, hopefully you get Judge Kataji Brown Jackson
That's right.
as your.
Yeah.
Oh, so Kataji
she'll
Brown.
give you a lighter sentence.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. But if you want to check out the full show live, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And if you want more special access content, head over to timcast.com and become a member. Your membership helps sustain this company, keep our journalists employed, makes this show happen, and you will get access to exclusive members-only segments of the Timcast IRL podcast, and there's a massive library to check out. So again, go to timcast.com or tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., and we'll see you all there.